heck's going on over there on the other side of the stadium? Daniel Jones asking for a monster contract. How could this impact the quarterback market? Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, I go live every Monday at 8 o'clock for my live call-in show, so you can ask me all your Jet-related questions. This past week, I had Jets X Factors Robbie Sabo on with me, and then Tuesday nights, we go live, myself, O'Leary, and Greenbean for our Talkin' Jets panel, so ask us all your Jet-related questions. But let's hop in to today's topic of the day, and that is Daniel Jones' contract demands for the New York Giants and how this could impact the quarterback market moving forward. Now, what am I talking about? Well, this is coming from Florio over at, what is it, NBC, I think. Apparently, Daniel Jones wants $45 million a year. 45 buckaroos. That's not chump change. Talk about the Giants having a little bit of remorse about not exercising the fifth-year option for Daniel Jones. I mean, that would have been, you're talking $20 million for a fifth-year option for Daniel Jones, and now you're looking at potentially $45 million if he gets the contract that he, particularly wants. So first and foremost, do I think Daniel Jones should be getting $45 million? I think you should try. From your lips to God's ears, you should try to get $45 million. Why not? If someone's willing to give it to you, more power to you. Do I think he's worth it? No, I don't. I do not think he's worth it at this particular point in time. That being said, if Daniel Jones, hit the open market, it wouldn't shock me if he got a monster deal. That's kind of the weird position that the Giants find themselves in, where you have this young quarterback that performed phenomenally well for your current coaching staff. It was a one-year interview with Daboll and Kafka. So, Giants fans, I'm sure, are thinking, hey, Daniel Jones, you didn't do much for us prior to Daboll and Kafka. I'm sure we can plug someone else in and get the same kind of production, or at least enough production to offset $45 million worth of salary. I'm sure Giants fans are not particularly thrilled with the idea of possibly paying this guy $45 million. Now, where would that stack up in terms of quarterback contracts in general? Right now, the top on average per year contracts, Aaron Rodgers at the top of the list, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, which means Daniel Jones thinks he should be paid around the same amount of money as Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. To that, I say, go for it, dude. Why not? No, he's not going to get that much money. I would be very, very surprised. And the big reason why, and I think he's coming out this way and angling specifically to get the franchise tag. And there's a few reasons for this. And you look at the tag and what it's going to cost this year, you're talking $32.4 million fully guaranteed if you're Daniel Jones. If they hit him with the transition tag, they can do for $29.5 million, and then you can possibly get some draft picks and things of that nature. Maybe they want to tag him with the $32 million tag and hopefully get 2 first-round picks. That's a potential option there for the Giants. That would be fascinating. Could you imagine a situation where Daboll and Kafka want their own quarterback and they're not buying in on Daniel Jones, so they hit him with the non-exclusive franchise tag, hoping that someone's going to at least want to pay him the $32 million fully guaranteed that he's going to be guaranteed the second he signs that contract, and want to sign him to a contract long-term, giving up the 2 first-round picks. Could you imagine if the Giants get 2 first-round picks for Danny Dimes? I'll be honest, I like Daniel Jones a lot. I think if the Jets were in a situation like the Giants are in right now, at least if Zach Wilson had the stats that Daniel Jones has right now, we would be over the moon. And I know Jet fans don't want to be very high on Daniel Jones because it's your crosstown rival. And I'll be honest, the stats aren't anything super fantastic. I think he had 3,200 yards through the air, 700 yards on the ground. So you're still talking around 4,000 yards production from Daniel Jones. And it's not like his rushing the ball prevented rushing yards from their running backs, because Saquon still had over 1,300 yards on the ground too. So he definitely provides some interesting offense. I would not go out and sign Daniel Jones. If he hit the free agent market, if there was some situation where the Giants were like, screw this, he's not even worth the franchise tag, I think he would jump up to probably number 2 or 3 on my list right now. I still think Aaron Rodgers is still going to be number 1. Carr is going to be that 2A, 2B situation, but I like the projection of where Jones could eventually be. I've been calling him Josh Allen light for a little bit now, and really the turnovers are kind of what have been bugging me about Jones, specifically the fumbles inside the pocket. I don't know. I really think he's headed towards a franchise tag. And for him, that seems to make the most sense to me. And you can look at examples within his own division. Not that he's necessarily seen, but Dak Prescott played on the franchise tag. Kirk Cousins played on 2 franchise tags and got massive contracts after that. If I'm Daniel Jones or any quarterback in the NFL for that matter, and you have the opportunity to play on a franchise tag, you take it all damn day, because to me, I'm going to take the $32 million fully guaranteed, and then I'm going to hit free agency next year. And if you don't want me to hit free agency next year, you're going to tag me again for 120% of the value next year. And the tag is supposed to jump up exponentially. It's supposed to be like $42 million next year for the franchise tag. And I don't know if that means Daniel Jones' second franchise tag would be $42 million, or if he would get 120% of the value on top of that, because he would have already been one of the top franchise people anyway. So I'm fascinated to see how this all plays out. I think if I were the Giants, I would play on the I would play Daniel Jones on the tag. If I'm Daniel Jones, I want to play on the tag anyway. And then you just got to hope you figure out the contract after this year, because it's you can't go in tagging Daniel Jones a second year. $32 million makes sense. Whatever the next year's tag would just be absolutely out of the league. Jones, Dable, Kafka, they get one more year to run it back, but now this means the Giants are going to have to turn their attention to Saquon Barkley. And how does his contract factor into all this? Because I'd imagine if you're a Giants fan, you're probably hoping to get Daniel Jones for like 30, maybe $35 million a year, and then you tag Saquon Barkley for a year or sign him to whatever contract. I don't think anyone particularly wants to use the tag on Daniel Jones, but now that he's looking for $45 million, go for it, dude. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Daniel Jones down below in the comment section. How does this impact the quarterback market? Does it change Derek Carr's value? Does it shift the perception of who may become available or who is not available? I don't know. How does it impact you? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.